So I just started the recording. So okay, today we will see what is GitLab CI/CD workflows and some keywords and important things that you want to know about CI/CD and the importance of YAML file. And then we'll just see anything, whatever the things we can do with pipeline and how it's going with the application purpose. Okay.
Okay, Soumya.
Okay, I'll just share my screen.
Okay.
My screen visible for you?
Yeah, Soumya, it is visible.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. So you guys know the CI/CD workflow.
Yeah,
So here, um, see, you already have code, okay? In our
yeah.
case, the developers will be writing the code. And what is the next step? The next step it requires once they were done with the code,
They'll
they
send
will
it for the testing.
send it for the testing. Before that, they will push the code changes to GitLab
Ye-
repository, right?
Yeah,
So once the GitLab repository add, commit, push, everything is done, means the work is totally end with the developer side. Okay.
okay.
Then after, in point of DevOps engineer, he will be pulling the code from GitLab project,
GitLab code.
which is nothing but GitLab repository.
Okay,
So the developers will be writing multiple codes, and they will be having some point of views from their side, and they will be enhancing the code, right? So
yeah,
every changes will be secured in a particular repositories. So like in our learning purpose, there is nothing like they will be having only one repository, and they will be pushing the changes and everything into that particular repository. Not like that. Everybody will
okay,
have some particular GitLab repositories, and then there will be one main repository.
okay,
So in that, all the changes have been done, and it will be merged to the main repository. So the senior developer or the manager or DevOps engineer, they will be looking that, and they will be merged the request. Okay. So once
okay,
the requests are merged and everything is properly done, then the code is ready to get to be deployed to run the application. Okay.
okay,
So in that case, the DevOps engineers part is pulling that code, and they will build a Docker image. So Docker image is nothing but, see, if one person in your, see, let's see, you are a developer and I am a operations team. Okay. So
okay,
you develop one code and you test that code. It is running successfully on your computer. Okay. And you
okay,
give the same code for me and I'm testing that, but I won't get that output. So
okay,
I'm just telling that, see, there is some error. I'm not getting the output. You have to see, you have to look at your code. There is something not working with me. So he's telling it's working with my computer and it's not working with your system. Means there is something problem with yourself. So there is so many miscommunications. There is so many interactions. Which leads to, no, you're doing wrong, I'm doing wrong, like that. It's just developing the problems instead of getting the solutions. Okay.
okay,
In that
okay,
point of view, Docker image is nothing but, you will be having all dependencies and the system requirements and application requirements for a particular application. Okay.
okay,
See, in your system, you have downloaded all the system dependencies. In my system, it requires a different dependencies and different versions, because it may vary with you. You can work with Windows 8, 10. I'm working with Windows 11. So there are many. In many cases, it will be end up with a problem only. So in that, for that solution, the Docker image is nothing but, it will have your application and it will have your application dependencies, and in which OS you're running and which configurations, and every dependencies and configurations will be made as a pre-template for you. Okay.
yeah, okay,
that free templates and free images, we in this case we will not saying it as a template, we have to use the word terminology called images. So
Okay.
that particular Docker images will be pushed to a public registry or either in a private registry. So whatever it is somewhere in public so that everyone can able to use that.
Okay.
Okay. If you
Okay.
created the image and you share that image with me means it will be working fine for me also. There is no trouble or there is no dependencies, uh, variations or nothing. It will be going to be there. Okay.
Okay.
So this is the case why Docker images were been evolved in the process of DevOps. Okay. So
Okay.
once the Docker image is created, then the Docker images will be pushed the artifact registry, which is nothing but it will save your stored files. Okay.
Okay.
And then it will be moving that to CI/CD. We will be moving that to CI/CD using GitLab CI YAML. Okay. So
Okay.
here the DevOps part is taking the initiating and they are building the Docker images, pushing the artifact registry, which is nothing but the Docker images have been pushing to a public registry, and also it can be stored. Okay, you're
Okay.
also having images which is stored and which can be shared also.
Okay.
And also you can use many public registries are there. If you want to use Python means you can use Python, or if you want to take Nginx or Apache, whatever the service you want, everything is have a pre-images in that public registry, which is nothing but your Docker desktop.
Okay.
Okay, so using that, we will be creating a GitLab YAML file. Okay, so the
Okay.
GitLab YAML file, you know that how we are writing that and
Yeah.
the process I've been doing after that. So once the CI/CD is written, and after that we will be pushing the changes to repository, and you know that application is deployed. So
Deployed.
how the application is deployed using our Docker images and using Kubernetes, and there are many tools working on deploying the application. Okay, so
Okay.
in our cases and also in real world experience, Kubernetes and Docker is playing a vital role in DevOps process. So
Okay.
using that, we are deploying an application, and that application is access to the public also.
Okay.
Okay, so this is the CI/CD workflow, and the process how it's doing and why Docker has been evolved. Everything has been clear for you right now.
Yeah. Yeah, Soumya.
Okay, so if you don't understand anything means you just stop me there. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is how the CI/CD workflow have been um, this is the steps we are doing to access our application and deploying the application. So
Okay.
here, see you see one the developer has created one code, and the another developer also created a related code. Everything will be analyzed and merged to a GitLab repository. So
Okay.
GitLab repository is nothing but they're committing the changes. Okay.
Okay.
Commit is nothing but you saying one message, right? So here
Yeah.
I just changed the color of UI. So you're just saying that. So the
Okay.
another person also doing the same. He says, I'm just changed the color and font. So the manager
Okay.
reviews that and he likes the color and font also means he will be approving that. And he will be saying, okay, this is good, and I'm just approving that to our main repository or main repository. So in this case, everything is going to be done. And after that, there is two parts that is processing inside the pipeline. So one
Okay.
first thing is CI and the
Yeah.
another thing is CD.
CD.
So yeah, CI is nothing but continuous integration. Whatever
Integration.
the things you're integrating, you're updating, the things has to be automated. The pipeline and we will be triggering the pipeline, so it should automatically test, build, and deploy the application for us. Okay.
Okay.
So in that case, we know that okay, we're pushing that GitLab YAML file and we do pushing all the files. After that, our pipeline is running. But how it is running, it will test first of all.
Yeah.
Okay. So there is two type of test. One is unit test
Unit
and
test.
another is integrating test.
Integration. Yeah.
Yeah. So once the pipeline triggered, it goes for unit test and then it goes for integrated test.
Okay.
So unit test and integrated test is nothing but see, if you want to test the individual functions or some isolated components. See, if there is codes which is in individual functions, or it will, you can think in this way, it will test individually. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
But integrated test, integration test is nothing but it tests multiple components
Okay.
or multiple services. So unit test is individually testing, and integrated test is nothing but it is test interactions between multiple components or services.
Okay.
So this is the difference between unit testing and multiple
But
testing. So after you just see, you build the code, you just run, you build, you then test, and then you're deploying here. Okay.
okay.
So
Okay.
here is the deployment part. So not like our learning purpose, learning repository. See, there is only one production, and there is only one repository we are pushing to. That means it's success for us in learning purpose. But
Okay.
in real world, there will be stages, environment stages. Okay.
Okay.
There will be one environment called review. If the reviews environment in it is passed in the review environment, means it will go to staging environment.
Stage environment.
Yeah. So in staging environment also they will be testing that. Okay, if staging environment also pass, means then only the final step has been
Prod.
initiated. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, then only it goes to prod. So before that, it has to be test and review stage, also in staging stage. The final only the performance of the application, which is nothing but the production
Production.
deployment.
Okay.
Okay, so
Yeah.
this is how the entire workflow have been done in real world experience. Okay,
Okay. So
so also for this the code will be differs. So see in our GitLab CI, I'll just show it that. So just GitLab CI Docker visit. Okay, there is no GitLab YAML file in this. I don't have any files and such. Actually, a lot of source. Okay, there's nothing here. So this is our GitLab YAML save. Sorry, GitLab CA YAML file, right?
yeah.
So here there will be some changes also happening. So if you so this is somewhat you run with simple configurations, but this file will be changed into multiple times. So see here, the stages is nothing. We just give validate, plan, apply, and destroy, right? So
Yeah.
in production team, the stages will be this. The all parts will be get into a different blocks. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
So the validate state, the in stages you will be giving test. So here not the test is here, but in that time you will be giving some test, and that test it will be going to multiply as unit test and integration test.
Integration test. Okay.
So in that test you will be giving a stage. Stage is nothing but it is test. Okay.
Okay.
And also you will be giving a script. Script is nothing but you are saying this, okay, this is my Python script. Run this Python script. If you name that Python script as PyTest means you're just giving that PyTest. Okay, test this slash unit means it will be testing you as a unit test.
Okay.
Or else if you want to test that as integration means you're just simply remove that unit and just give integration. Then your code will be your code will perform a integration test. The CI/CD will perform the integration test to your code. Okay.
Okay.
So this is how we are setuping automatically runs how unit and integration tests when the code is pushed. Okay.
Okay.
So this is the YAML file which we have used in our learning purpose. So that is somewhat a simple one. But in real world, you will be having multiple stages and you will be writing some scripts also. Don't worry. Everything will, what to say, you will be rarely writing the scripts from scratch. Everything will be built on built it by the DevOps engineers in your team, and you will be just looking at the configuration and you have to change something only. So this is what exactly happening in real time.
Okay.
Okay, it's very rare of you to write a script from scratch.
Okay.
Now where I will say, yeah. So this is now you know the workflow and the pipeline, whatever the tests performing inside the pipeline, and everything is clear, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So now you tell me, Sabita, in your if so as of now we have learned what is CI/CD, what is pipeline, how it is triggered, and what is the main file it is triggering the pipeline. So everything you know, right? You
Yeah.
just
Yeah,
tell me
Soumya.
what you have understand.
I mean the architecture or else.
Whatever it is, if you can say you can just share what the thing that you have understand so far.
Okay, Soumya. Um,
Yes.
first, before the uh, testing part and everything, I mean the DevOps thing, the developers will write the code and they send the code to the uh,
Yeah, correct. But
they
always use some terminologies, okay? Not send. You can say instead of send, a push. So they're
push
pushing
they
the codes.
they're
Yeah,
pushing the code to the GitLab repository. From the GitLab repository, if there are any changes or else anything, they can able to again retrieve their code and they can again push their code to the GitLab. And
yeah,
from the GitLab, this CI/CD pipeline flow will start.
okay,
In that, there are two things. One is CI pipeline and another one is CD pipeline. In
okay,
uh, in the CI pipeline, actually, this means continuous integration, where
yeah,
latest changes will be picked up and the package will be built.
yeah,
In this CI pipeline, after the code has been built and testing process will takes place. There are two types of tests. That one is unit testing and another is integration testing. Unit testing in the sense, the code is tested in code is I mean tested in small units,
yeah.
um,
It's
and
a small units
small
or
unit the code
it's a individual components
will
of testing.
testing.
Yeah,
This is actually in I don't know in not in DevOps, but in like waterfall or else in agile model, this unit testing is done by developers only.
Okay.
And after that, integration testing in the sense, like the application is some divided into the modules. I mean, bunch of uh, modules will be tested.
Yeah.
I mean, like in a group, the modules will be tested in a
Yeah.
group,
In
whereas in
multiple
unit,
components. Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
And then after the testing part have done, the CD pipeline, the code will be sent to the CD pipeline, where we'll be having three stages. Here we have, first stage is we have environments like review environment, staging, and production environment. In review environment, the code, the entire workflow, I mean, the entire application's code will be reviewed. It will, and then it will move to the next environment, that is staging.
Okay.
um, After
And then
like
it's finally performing a
for
production deployment.
production, in
Yeah.
production environment.
Okay, Sabita, very good. Actually, you understand the process and workflow.
Yeah.
Yeah, good. So, I'll just tell you some important keywords.
Okay.
We can see that now.
Okay, Soumya.
So, you will be having stages of CI CD workflow. So now we saw what is how the CI/CD workflow have been processing, right? So
Yeah.
now we see the stages. So you know that the first stage is nothing but CI.
Yeah.
So the second stage is CD. So
Okay.
you see, okay, I'll just break this. First, you see CA. Okay. In CA, what will be the stages means code commit. So code commit is nothing but developers pushing the code to GitLab repository. Okay. So these are
Okay.
some terminologies you want to understand. You can think as DevOps push code to repo. Okay.
Okay.
So these are the things you have to use in real time. You should not say they're downloading, they're uploading, not like that.
Oh,
You have to say they're pushing the code, they're pulling the code. Okay.
okay.
Okay. Then the term called build and compile. Okay. So before everything, I'll just ask you what is build and compile. Or another, I'm going to another topic means I'll just ask you that you
Oh,
have, I know that you have something to share because you know something, okay, in this
okay.
particular topic. So in this case, what is build and what is compile?
Build.
Build is nothing but you're giving a system dependencies or the dependencies that has to be installed for your code to be compiled. Did you understand this?
Okay, Soumya. Yeah.
Let me make it simple here. Dependencies installed. Okay.
Okay.
For what? Installed for what? To compile your code.
Compile your code. Okay.
Is this understand for you?
Oh, yeah, Soumya.
Okay. So first thing is code commit. Developers push their code to repository. Then build and compile is nothing but the dependencies installed to compile your code.
Okay.
The developers pushing their code to repository, right? After that, what is happening? The build stage is happening. So
Okay.
we are just reviewing the code. We are just checking the code. Okay, in to understand in the point of understanding, I'm just telling this. You're checking
Okay.
the code, review the code, and the code has to be run inside your pipeline. No, so
Yeah.
for that it has to be have some dependencies to run.
Okay.
So that dependencies have been installed and compiling your code. Okay,
Okay.
and then you know unit testing, unit test. Okay,
Yeah.
individual testing. individual test,
testing.
or you can say it's but this is automated. Okay, we are
Okay.
not doing anything, so which is automated, which is triggered through the pipeline.
Okay.
Okay, it's an automated test check, which test checks the individual components.
Okay.
Automated test check individual component. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So again, you know the integration test. Integration test is nothing but the same automated test check for multiple components. So there is two-way testing have been performing before the code has been deployed. Okay.
Okay.
So finally, what will be happening in CA stage? Code quality and security scan.
Security scan.
Okay.
Okay.
So for in this case, if we're doing in manually means we will be using Selenium for Selenium or Sonar Cube.
Okay.
There are many tools for that. But in this but in this CA case, everything is being automated. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Then moving to second CD part. So you have to know that if CD means that is doing code commit, that is doing build and compile,
Build.
unit test, integration test, then finally the code quality and
Good
security.
qualities.
Yeah.
Okay.
After this all stage passed, you will be moving to CACD. Okay.
See. Okay.
So in CACD, sorry, in CD,
See.
it's a continuous deployment. You will be having staging deployment. Okay. So in
Okay.
our case, we will be having only one environment, which is nothing but our main repository or master repository, whichever it is, we are doing that. But in real time, they will be having staging deployment. Okay, so
Okay.
you know the code has been deployed to multiple stages,
Okay.
not with the one stages. We are doing that one, and the one is triggered successfully. So I am just moving it to production, not like that. There is
Okay.
a review stage, and then staging environment, and finally prod environment. Okay.
Okay.
This is how you have to if someone is saying staging deployment means, you know that staging deployment is nothing but the deployment have been taking places from multiple environments.
Okay.
Okay, so next you will be having that UAT is nothing but see the user acceptance testing. This is what the full form of UAT. Okay, but it
Okay.
is optional manual test.
Okay.
But in our case, we'll be doing unit and integration test. So we are not doing this UAT. But you
Okay.
just know that there is one concept called user
You acceptance
acceptance
test.
testing. Okay.
Okay.
So which is optional, manual, or automated.
Automated.
Okay.
Okay.
This is what UAT. Then another one term called production deployment. You know that so inside the staging deployment itself, every stages will be covered. But
Okay.
production deployment is nothing but you can in production deployment is not always automated. Okay,
Okay.
in such scenarios, it will be done by manual also.
Manual. Okay.
So these points you have to be clear. Okay,
Okay.
always is not to be everything is automated, not manually. Only rare scenarios or rare case only you are doing this manual things. But you have
Okay.
to think that if see there are both ways, and we can do in both ways also. And
Okay.
finally, you will be having monitoring and feedback. So feedback is also very much important in application point of view. See, if your application is done and everything is okay, but what if there happens any attack, malfunctionings, malfunctions, or
Oh,
data loss due to any accident. Accident is nothing but hacking, or
okay.
your machine, or a EC2 instance, or whatever the virtual machines that your application is running, that has been collapsed, or anything, whatever happens, always we have to be informed. So
Okay.
see, nothing will happen in happen in a second. Okay, if your
Okay.
system is going through any downtime, means it will be notified to us through alarms or metrics we can see, or through any notifications that we have provided. We can get that monitoring things. Okay,
Okay.
if
Okay.
my application has been attacked through DDoS attack, or someone is hacking my application, or whatever happening to my application, it has to be notified to me. Okay,
Okay. Okay.
so for that purpose, we are doing monitoring, and also you having big data in your application, and your application is very much important, right? So in
Yeah.
that case, nothing should be lost. So on that point of view also, we've been having this continuous monitoring using our many tools and many services. AWS services also there, CloudWatch, and there are multiple open source tools also there. So using that tools, we are just monitoring the logs, monitoring the metrics, the alarms, and everything. And see, if your application is monitoring, it's just enough for you? No, you have to know the feedback. If it is running good, or the features have been good, or if anything wants to be changed. So feedback is also important to your application.
Okay.
Okay, so
Yeah.
these are the things taking place in CD.
Okay.
So after that, the key benefits, in both, while using the CI and CD, some key benefits of CI CD is, first thing, automation. Okay.
Okay.
So before traditional deployments, we will be lack of miscommunications, interactions, and system lack of system dependencies, and many things have been uh, made cause for delay of application, and also it took many manual efforts. Okay,
Okay.
after automation have been evolved, everything is happening in a quick manner.
Okay.
Okay, everything is faster. You're having faster development, faster deployment, and everything is continuous. You can't say anything. It's not, it's just a period of time it's doing some work. Not like that. Everything is in a continuous process. So that anything happen to your application means it will be continuously, and it will be continuously looking your application. So it will inform you at that moment itself.
Okay.
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 So you have to know that. So using this GitLab CI/CD, it is automation, and then you will be having faster deployment and development also. If anything has to be developed, means that is also easily and more quickly it is deployed and developing. Okay,
Okay.
and then improved quality. So
Quality.
before times, there is one or two checks we have been going through, but here in CI/CD pipeline itself, we will be having two tests, and also in CD also you will be having a review stage, and that stage also you will be looking for the test only. So the test is a crucial part, and it is take over by CI/CD pipelines. Okay.
Okay.
So it's improved quality, and you have to be very well known in this keywords called scalability, reliability.
Reliability.
Yeah, reliability. Then scalability, reliability. Then faster um, actions. There are many.
Collaboration.
Yeah, collaborations also. So there are many terminologies are there.
Okay.
Okay, so you
Okay.
have to be well known on all the. If I'm saying scalability means nothing but it's scaling your instances, or it's scaling your services. if you are running out of demand, you're having only 5 instances, and the 5 instances have been um, it's very busy. Okay, you want another
Yeah.
you want demand. Okay, you want to scale your instances means you can scale your instances using auto scaling groups, or you can do that with any services. But the thing is, scalability is nothing but scaling your instances or scaling your
Instances.
services.
Okay.
Okay, then reliability, faster actions. I just take one in between a class. I just take one quick go through for our terminologies like scalability, reliability, and there are many terminologies. It's been used in DevOps process. So I'll just
Okay.
take some notes on that, and I'll share that also.
Okay, Soumya.
So the everything is happening for the efficient of DevOps practices and ensures the reliable software delivery with
Software
no
delivery.
downtime, with no problems or issues. It has to be run smoothly with the efficient of DevOps practices.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. And
Soumya.
also, the importance of GitLab CA YAML file. So that is a very much important configuration file, which is actually triggering your pipeline,
Okay.
and also defining how your code is built, tested, and deployed.
Okay.
And the another thing, GitLab CI file automates the software development lifecycle. It's not from the traditional lifecycle. It will be see, in traditional thing you have to be come from a initial stage. You have to plan again. You have to design again. You have to write the code again. You have to build again, and everything you have to do from the initial stages. But here, you're not planning or doing anything. If you have any changes for quick manner, you have to do that. You're just updating the changes, you're just testing that and deploying the changes. It is very quick when comparing to the older traditional method of deploying, right?
Yeah.
So these are the things you have to be keep in your mind. So you under here you have specifying the jobs, stages, and the script, and you are just modifying the script. So this is the way the pipeline has to be triggered. This is the way my application has to be deployed. So each and everything you are just configuring on your own.
Okay.
Okay, so that's all for today. And also, I'll just share you whether I want to share anything with you regarding the CI/CD means I'll just post that in group.
Yeah,
So you
Soumya.
know that stages and everything, and also GitLab CI/CD. Inside that you will be having stages and jobs. So each job is doing something, right? Wait, I'll
Yeah.
just show you the GitLab CI. So these are the stages, variables, and then the stage. These are blocks, okay? Variable
Okay.
blocks, and then this is the stages. So you're defining the stage, you're defining the job, what has to be done, and
Okay.
then you're just giving runners. There is one word called runners, which is very much important. So in GitLab agents, that will be using runners. It will be executing your jobs, okay?
Okay.
In GitLab CI, in GitLab console, you can see the runners tile. It's a different tile. You can see that in general, I guess, or in CI/CD. So that is nothing but it acts as a GitLab agent to execute your jobs.
Okay. Run
Okay.
as, or else run as, Soumya.
Runners. I'll just type here.
Okay.
Runners. Okay.
Runners. Okay. Okay.
It acts as a GitLab agent
Cabbage.
to execute your jobs. And then you have two terminologies also, cache and artifacts. Artifacts, I told you, it will store your file, and it will store your file for later use. Okay, cache is nothing
Okay.
but it saves your dependencies
Dependencies.
in jobs.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
artifacts is nothing but it stores your file later use.
Okay.
So that's all. That's all, Sabita.
Yeah, Soumya.
These are the things I want to share with you.
Yeah.
Okay, so you get to know the workflow and the process and the stages in very theoretical form, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, so you know the practical things and also theoretical things now.
Yeah,
Is it
Soumya.
clear for you the CACD concepts? Is that clear?
Yeah. Yeah, Soumya, it's clear.
Yeah, okay. Okay, Sabita. So tomorrow we'll just move to AWS classes also because you guys want to know auto scaling. If I say scalability and auto scaling groups means you have to know that what is auto scaling groups and what how can be configured and how the things have been working.
Yeah.
So we'll just see AWS for another 5 to another 1 week. Okay, another week I
Oh,
guess.
okay, Soumya.
So after that, we will be moving to a very important and interesting concept of containerization using Docker.
Docker. Okay.
Yeah, okay. So Docker and Kubernetes, you have to put all your effort and you have to know that very much because that is a very
Okay.
important tools in
Okay.
DevOps process. But that is advanced concepts. Before that, you have to be very much well known in Linux, Terraform scripts, and CI/CD pipelines.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, Soumya.
Okay, Sabita. You having any doubts or anything?
No, Soumya.
Yeah, okay, sure. So is this clear, right?
Yeah, Soumya, it is clear.
Yeah, okay. So I just stop the recording.